You kill your first man for $25, and it changes everything forever. You are 22 years old, Lincoln County, New Mexico Territory. Law barely exists here. Dust fills the streets. Men with guns decide what justice really means now. They stand outside the saloon, boots dirty, belts heavy, pockets always full. They have horses, money, respect, everything you have never even touched before. You watch them longer than you should, wondering how they got there. Your father died at Gettysburg. Your mother followed last winter from fever. Now you shovel manure for 50 cents a day, sleeping inside cold hay. Every morning you pass the sheriff's wall covered in wanted posters and faces. $25 for a thief, $50 for rustlers, $100 for killers. That is 6 months of your life for one man, one decision, one shot. You stop walking sometimes, studying those faces like they are answers. You memorize them not out of curiosity, but because survival demands it now. You start to understand something. This place rewards violence more than honesty. One morning, the sheriff notices you staring, longer than any honest man would. He asks if you can shoot. You say yes before thinking twice. He asks if you own a horse. You nod, even if it is barely yours. He tears a poster down, presses it into your hand without hesitation. Jim Wilson, cattle rustler, $25, dead or alive. Your first contract. Your fingers tighten around the paper, like it already carries weight. You feel your stomach turn, but hunger speaks louder than fear now. You do not take it because you are brave. You take it because you are desperate. And desperation is where every story like this truly begins. You fold the poster slowly, like it might burn your hands alive. The sheriff says nothing else, because he already knows what happens next. You step outside, and the world feels slightly different than before. The same street, same people, but now you see opportunity everywhere. This is not a job. This is survival, a system built on blood. You tell yourself it is simple. Find the man, collect the money. No plan, no training, just a gun, a horse, and desperation. But one thought keeps returning, louder than anything else in your mind. Once you start this, there is no going back to who you were. You check your revolver, 6 rounds, each one heavier than before. You saddle your horse, hands steady, even if your mind is not. Across the street, those same men watch you differently this time. Not as a boy anymore, but something closer to what they are. You ride out before sunset, dust trailing behind your path. No one stops you because no one ever stops this kind of choice. And that is the moment your life quietly splits in two. You track him for 2 days, watching patterns, learning how he moves. You stay hidden because beginners die fast when they rush the moment. He wakes early, feeds his horse, walks alone near the fence line. You study distance, timing, angles, like your life depends on precision now. Your heart pounds, but your breathing slows. Your mind sharpens under pressure. Fear converts into focus, your brain optimizing for survival instantly. By the 3rd night, you feel ready, or at least ready enough. You step out from the dark, call his name, your voice almost steady. He turns slowly, confused first, then his hand drops toward his gun. Your body reacts before thought. Instinct replacing hesitation completely now. One shot breaks the silence. Loud, final, impossible to take back. The bullet hits center mass, exactly where you aimed without thinking twice. He falls hard, dust rising, eyes wide, understanding everything too late. You stand frozen, realizing this is nothing like you imagined before. There is no glory here, just a man dying because of you. His breathing slows, then stops, and something inside you shifts forever. You drag the body onto your horse, hands shaking but movements controlled. The ride back feels longer, heavier, like the world knows what happened. The sheriff counts $25, silver coins hitting your palm. And for the first time, money feels heavier than blood. The first kill rewires you faster than anything else ever could. Fear becomes data, hesitation becomes risk, and your instincts sharpen quickly. You take more jobs, smaller ones, building skill through repetition and pressure. Tracking becomes pattern recognition, behavior prediction, controlled patience under stress. You learn to read bent grass, broken twigs, disturbed dirt like language. You stop thinking like a man. You start thinking like prey instead. Where would you hide? Where would you run? How long could you last? This shift changes everything because now you are no longer guessing blindly.
Your body adapts. Longer rides, less sleep, eating just enough to function. Pain becomes background noise, filtered out so you can keep moving forward. You bring men in alive when possible, because dead men create problems later. Sheriffs begin to notice. Your name spreads quietly across nearby territories. Not famous, not yet, but reliable. And that matters more right now. Still, each job leaves something behind. Small at first, but growing steadily. You stop thinking about their faces, because thinking slows you down. And slowing down is the fastest way to die out here. By 25, you are no longer learning. You are executing with precision. Your brain predicts movement before it happens, faster than conscious thought allows. You track a man for 12 days through terrain designed to hide him. Water trails, double backs, no fires. He knows how to disappear. But you know this pattern now. You have seen it before. You find him in a cave, exhausted, cornered, out of options completely. You call out, giving him one chance to walk out breathing. He steps out slowly, hands raised, eyes tired, completely defeated. Up close, he looks human, not a target, not a reward. He says he stole to feed his family, just trying to survive. For a second, something inside you tries to surface again, but your mind shuts it down instantly, because hesitation rewrites outcomes. You bind his hands, force him to walk behind your horse. 40 miles through heat, water just enough to keep him alive. Not kindness, not cruelty, just efficiency, just completing the job cleanly. You collect $40, subtract costs, profit becomes your only metric. That is when the line disappears completely. By 29, everything gets bigger and heavier and harder to ignore. You are hunting names now, men other hunters refuse to follow. You ride with posses, but you already know how this works.
When it matters, it always comes down to seconds, not numbers. The ambush hits fast, gunfire breaking silence before anyone reacts. A man beside you drops, screaming, blood spreading through the snow. Another crawls, begging, each breath slower than the last. This is different now, not quick, not clean, just drawn-out suffering. You fire when needed, ending what you can, as efficiently as possible. But these deaths stay longer. They do not fade like before. That is when the truth starts catching up with you. Power is not control. It is exposure to worse things. By 33, your name spreads across territories like a warning sign. You charge more because risk has a price, and you understand value now. You hunt gangs, killers, men who leave bodies behind them. Months pass per job, crossing miles, changing horses, surviving on anything. Your body holds up, but your mind starts carrying too much. You remember faces now, not all, but enough to feel the weight.
30 men, maybe more, each one a moment you cannot erase.
At night, they return, not as ghosts, but unfinished thoughts replaying. Your hands shake sometimes, small at first, then harder to control. You drink to quiet it, to slow what your brain will not stop. People call you legend, hero, necessary evil. You stop listening completely. Because none of those words help when the night gets quiet, and by then, you are already too far gone to turn back. Then one day, everything flips, and you feel it immediately. The whispers start first, quiet, then louder, then everywhere. By 38, the posters are no longer something you look at. They are about you, carried through outlaw camps and hidden places. $1,000, dead only, and suddenly nothing feels the same anymore. Men you never met know your face, your methods, your reputation, because you taught them every move, every weakness, every mistake. You stop taking contracts. Survival becomes your only priority now.
You move constantly, never staying longer than a few nights anywhere.
You sleep lightly, your brain never fully shutting down anymore. Every sound feels wrong. Every shadow feels like something closing in. You trust no one, Because trust is how you caught others before. Now you understand something you refused to see for years. The hunter always becomes the hunted eventually. By 43, your body starts failing in ways you cannot ignore. A bullet tears through your shoulder. Another grazes your ribs. Your horse dies under you, screaming, a sound that never leaves. You crawl through dirt, hiding while they hunt you like an animal. You hear them laughing, calling your name like it means something personal. That is when it becomes real, in a way it never was before. You are not working anymore. You are running from consequences now. You hide in rooms, curtains closed, exits mapped constantly in your mind. You count your money sometimes, enough to disappear somewhere quiet.
But you know better, because patterns do not stop once they start. Stories like yours do not retire. They only end one way. And you can feel that ending getting closer every single day. You are 45, sitting in a quiet saloon, already sensing something is wrong. The room goes silent before the door opens, and you already know. 4 men walk in, calm, prepared, carrying the certainty you recognize. You draw first, still faster, still dangerous, dropping one instantly. But there are always more, and this time, more is enough. The second shot hits deep, and your legs give out completely. You fall hard, staring up, everything slowing, everything finally catching up now. Your mind drifts back. $25, one simple decision. It never felt like a path back then, just a way forward. Now it feels clear, every step leading exactly here. And in your final seconds, one truth finally becomes undeniable. You were never chasing them, you were chasing the end of yourself.